I think I'm live. Let me just check that you can hear me. All right. The life is life. Okay, I think I'm live. Yes. I am. Hello. Can you hear me? I am. Okay. So today I'm just going to be doing a quick debrief and discussion for the semi-final one, which I was at last night. It was an absolutely amazing. I cannot believe that I was there. I'm still stunned that I was actually sitting in the arena for it. I'd done a quick Instagram live like towards the end of the voting, and it was I can't believe it. So 15 countries competed for 10 places in the grand final, and I can't actually remember what they were. I think I predicted 9 of them, right? I done like a prediction video way back when, quite a long time ago, and I think I got 9 right, which is quite impressive. But it was a predictable semi-final. But hey, let me see who qualified. So Croatia, Moldova, Switzerland, Finland, Czechia, Israel, Portugal, Sweden, Serbia, and Norway. They qualified quite. It's expected. Like, this was the most predictable semi-final I think we've ever had. And also, I'm doing this live because I've not filmed anything throughout the whole week. I'm still in Liverpool. I've not left, obviously, and I've not really filmed much content, so I thought I might as well just go live. So yes, get some comments in. Hello. How do you say that? Iliat? Hello. Ilat? Israel was good last night. Really was good. Such an amazing performance. That dance break as well. See, live, I think it works better. Israel, the dance break was better when you watched it on screen on telly. Like telly, that's the UK word, television. When you watch it on the TV, it was better, but in the arena it lost something, but it was still amazing, and I knew it was going to get through. Yeah, Israel was amazing. We're going to go through the non-qualifiers first. There was no like unexpected non-qualifiers. I think they all were kind of expected. So Netherlands, Latvia, who else? Oh my God, is that bad that I can't remember? Ireland, obviously. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about Ireland. Who else did not qualify? Malta. I'm so sad about the boys. And who was the other one? Who was the last one? Last one was, oh my God, I really need to remind myself. Come on, Dean. Come on. Azerbaijan was the last one to qualify, not qualify. Malta, we'll go for Malta. Malta in the dreaded second position. That was doomed from the get-go. Like, I've always said that once you get drawn second place in the running order in a semi-final, you're doomed. So there was like there was a chance that they were going to get through. It just wasn't working for them. The song in the arena, the reaction was amazing. The song was really good. There was people next to me just going Malta when the voting was going on. People really wanted it to go through, but there was a big question mark on it, and it just didn't work out for them. So sad, because I love the guys. I interviewed them, and they're just so lovely. I'm devastated for them, but hopefully they came 11th. Hopefully they just didn't come last. I think I know who came last in the semi-final. I'm not going to say who, but Latvia next. I was never a big fan of this song, but there were people that loved this. So yeah, again, this one had like quite a big question mark on it. I can see why it didn't go through, but I can also see why if it went through, I would be happy with it. But yeah, the guys from Southern Lights were really good. Southern Lights, it was a really lovely song in the arena. It just made the whole arena go completely silent for a few minutes. It was something special, but just not special enough, obviously. Who was next that didn't qualify? Ireland. Right, okay. We're gonna go through these quite quickly because I want to talk about the qualifiers. Ireland, we just want to talk about the kind of backlash that they got a wee bit from the reaction that Connor had when they were announcing the qualifiers. Now, I read a rumour that he stormed out. I hope that isn't true because that might be true, it might not be. Once the qualifiers were getting announced, he just left when it got to like the 9th. I don't, that might be true, that might not be true. But Ireland, this was so expected. Like the song, the staging, Ireland knows how to stage their songs. Let's say that. Like the staging was like, it wasn't amazing, but it was good enough. But there was a whole thing, say the Ireland delegation saying, "Oh, they just don't give us a chance. Europe just never gives Ireland a chance." I'm like, no, you need to send a better song. That's it. You just need to send a better song. Then you'll qualify. But Connor from the band put up an Instagram post saying that exactly that Europe will never give Ireland a chance again. I was like, no, you just need to send a better package. That's just it. You didn't send a good song. You had good staging. The guys from Wild Youth were really good as well, but just it wasn't all there, sadly. And the next one to not qualify was Azerbaijan. Yeah, again, exactly like Ireland. It was, do you know, in the arena, this got actually a better reaction than I thought it was going to get. That high note from the boys, Turan Turan, were really good. It was really good. Their voices are really good. It's just, the song was just not good enough. It's Eurovision at the end of the day, and just it wasn't strong. There's not much more to say about Azerbaijan. The last one not to qualify was Netherlands. I thought there was a path for this to get through, but I think a lot of Dutch people saw this coming. A lot of people in the arena saw this coming. Their voices, separate, are amazing. Mia's voice, stunning, angelic. Dion's voice, he's got a great voice, but both of them, it just didn't work. And yeah, the fact that there was problems only a few weeks before the actual semi-final, where they had to change the keys of the song and had to just do so many things to make it work, it was never ever really going to work. And I'm sad to see it go. I actually do like this song. It's the only song that actually made me quite teary-eyed. But I'm sad to see it go. I am, but I would love to have seen it in the final. Right, done the non-qualifiers, got the hard out of the way. Oh, we've got Mary saying, I was so sad for Ireland as I have an Irish great-grandfather and grand. I mean, I was sitting next to a person that was Irish in the arena, and you should have seen her face. She was like a little old woman, and she was just rooting for Ireland. And I just looked over to her as the last qualifier was getting announced, and her face, it was so sad. I was so sad. Like, because Ireland kind of, as I say, they need to change it up. I think if they have another non-qualification in the next year, I don't think they'll be back. Like, RT need to change the head of delegation. Definitely. That's one thing they definitely need to do. And change the way they're choosing their act. Don't go through the late show. Just choose it internally. Just choose it internally. That's all you need to do. I feel so bad for Ireland and the people that are Irish Euro fans, because they just get disappointed every year, and it's not fair. It really isn't fair. Ireland's now slowly becoming like the UK of a few years back. They're just not doing well. Now we're going to quickly go through the qualifiers of the night. Norway. No, they left this till last. I was sitting in my seat. People will know, if you've watched my videos for quite a long time, you'll know that Norway's been my favourite for quite a while. I love this song. It's my favourite song. When I'm out walking, when I'm out running, I always have this song in my ears blasting. I love this song. It's such a motivational power anthem, and I love it. And I knew this was going to qualify, but the fact that Martin Osterdahl left it till last to be announced, my heart was going. This was a sure qualifier. I knew it was going to qualify, so there's no point keep going on about it. It's in the final, thank God. Next one, Serbia. This, up until the semi-final, this had kind of like a big question mark tied to it. this could have. I'm interested to see where this placed in the semi-final. I'm interested because this could have been 3rd. This could have been 10th. I don't know where Serbia's went with the public. This is 100% televote. I have absolutely zero idea. I couldn't tell you if it came 3rd in the semi-final or 10th. I have no clue. But the graphics on the screen were amazing. It was very good live in the arena. The reaction was absolutely awesome from everyone around me. Yeah, I'm glad they've got through. It's not my favourite song, but the performance was really good. So I'm glad. Next one that went through is Portugal. Yeah, again, a lot like Serbia. This had a big question mark on it. I really did not know if this was going through. There was someone sitting next to me, not the Irish person, that was really rooting for Portugal. Glad they got through. I don't know if they're going to do that well in the final. This is like a potential last place, I think, in the final. But I'm glad they got through. That's at least something. Croatia. Can I tell you this? I'm going to tell you this. Can I tell you this? I'm going to tell you this. Croatia had probably the 2nd biggest reaction in the crowd last night. If you were in the crowd, you will have seen the reaction from the crowd. Maybe the 3rd. I think Finland, Sweden, and Croatia, they 3 had a massive reaction. See, when the graphics were coming up on the screen, it was all mad. It was just going, everyone was going crazy, laughing as well. I think the UK, holding this in the UK, British people just understand this kind of humour, and it's so funny. The reasoning behind the song is so serious, but yet when they perform, it's something different. It's Eurovision. It's Eurovision. That's all I can. That's how I describe it. We've got Mary saying, I did not like the war song. It got through with that strange group. Those rockets and stuff. You know what? You're not the only one. You aren't the only one. But at the end of the day, it's Eurovision, so things like this that are just so out there are going to get through. Your favourite song is Lazara Evidamo. It's such a good song. It's so good. When I get to hear it live in the final. It drawn first half, I think. That's something else we should talk about. Every one of the qualifiers have drawn if they're going to perform the first half or second half of the grand final. And there's been some not shocks, like it's just random, but Finland, Sweden, Finland and Sweden, 2 of the big favourites, have drawn the first half. But obviously, if your song's good enough, you can win from any spot. But if you get drawn 1st or 2nd, not going to happen. I am interested to see if the producers are going to put Sweden 1st in the running order. I would love that to happen. As much as I want Sweden to win, I would love Loreen to win again. I want to see if producers would do that, just to get people to stop thinking that coming early in the running order doesn't mean you're not going to do well. I'm just saying that might happen. Right, where was I? I talked about Croatia. Yes, Mary, you did not like Croatia. I like the performance. The song isn't one I would go and stream constantly. It's not. But the performance was good. It was out there. It was kooky. It was Eurovision. I loved it. And the reaction in the crowd was crazy. Next one was Switzerland. A lot like Serbia and Portugal. This was unexpected. This was the one that I was like really shocked at. Weirdly, I was expecting it to non-qualify, but it's obviously slid its way through. I don't think this got anywhere near the top. I think it's like 8th, 9th, or 10th in the semi. This is another one that could be a candidate for the last place in the final. But yeah, again, there's juries in the final, so you just never, ever know. But it was a good performance. He's got a really good voice. He's a really good vocalist. So I don't know how he's going to do in the final. Next, Israel. This was a performance. Everything about this was just flawless. And no wonder they tried to keep this a secret. No wonder they tried to keep it on the down low. And how much money they spent on it, I don't even know where the money's gone. That big box thing. But the dance break was awesome. I said it earlier in the stream. It looked better. I came home from the semi-final and watched it on my computer on BBC iPlayer, and it's very different. from when you see it, and obviously it's obviously going to be very different from when you see it in the arena and on TV, but it had a better impact on TV. In the arena, it didn't have much of it oomph, but still it got a good reaction, and I'm not surprised it went through. I'm not surprised whatsoever. What I am surprised with, Moldova. Moldova and Switzerland were the two kind of big surprises to me, and kind of Portugal. They were the ones that I think were borderline. Moldova, it had a big question mark on it. I really enjoyed their performance. I really enjoyed Pasha's performance. I felt like it was going to be a bit too gimmicky with the flute player. Like it was, I felt like it was going to be really gimmicky at the end, but it didn't. So I'm thankful. But whether it's going to do well in the final, I have zero idea. Zero idea. What is Mary saying here? We've got, do you like Lazara's staging? I would never stand on the stage on that like platform for love or money. Do you like Israel and Finland? And do you love our song in the UK? Okay. Lazara's staging is ambitious, I think. It's ambitious and yet simple at the same time. It's ambitious that she's standing on the platform. I think she's hooked up to it though. I think she's not standing there just waiting to fall. I think there's no way she can fall from it. I love Israel's song. I love Finland's my favourite now. Controversial opinion, Finland's my favourite. I think he will win. So, and the staging for the UK looks really good. Looks really professional. Definitely turned a corner, the UK. Definitely turned a corner in the way we're doing things with our songs and the way we're choosing it. Tap music are really taking the UK in a good path towards Eurovision. Like really. I think the UK are going to win in the next 5 years. I'll say that. I think we'll be back in the UK within the next 5 years. And it'll be a winning. Like, we won't be hosting on behalf of someone. We'll win it. Next one, I don't think we need to talk about this much. Sweden. This was just going to fly through. She could have went up there and she could have just stood there like this for 3 minutes with no song and would have got through. So, whether she wins on the final is yet again a huge question mark. I have no idea. Like, I think Sweden and Finland are going to be the top two, but it depends on which order. Sweden will do well with the juries and not so well with the televote, I don't think. And then Finland is the other way about. I think Finland will have a really high televote score and not such a good jury score. But I think Finland will have a better jury score than what Sweden will have a televote score. So that's why I think Finland will win. Like, tell me what you think. Do you think Finland or Sweden? I'm going to put a poll on my Instagram as well, Finland or Sweden, because I think they're the only two options for the winner. I don't see anyone else winning this. Like, does anyone else? Like, I have no idea. But yeah, Sweden was always a sure set qualifier from the get-go. Another surprise was Czechia. This was one, again, had a question mark against it. But not surprised, though. The performance was polished. It was very good. The rap in the middle was amazing. The graphics on screen with, like, the hands and stuff. And they're, like, the big ponytails. I thought they were going to trip over their ponytails at one point. The reaction, again, from the crowd was really good. So I expected this to qualify. But, yeah, again, don't know where it's going to place in the final. This could be top 10, possibly. Because there's juries. Juries will kind of eat this song up, I think. Not so much the televote. I think it'll be like last year. But hopefully they don't get... I think... Have they been drawn first in the running order? First half? Let me see. It's on my story on Instagram. One sec. So so Czechia have drawn second half, so they can't perform first again. I don't think the EBU would be that cruel. Yeah, I don't know. But Czechia, I don't know how well they're going to do in the final. I don't think they'll be... I actually don't know. I don't know. We'll move on to Finland. I just said it. My favourite is Finland. I had Norway as my favourite for like 3 months. When she won MGP, immediately my favourite. I love that song so much. But Finland has just grown on me so much that I had to put it in my first. I had to put it as my winner. it was immediately when I saw it live for the very first time that it kind of clicked on me. I was like, this is going to win. I spoke to so many fans that have been to the shows so far, been to semi-final 1, evening, afternoon, and live show, and they said, I cannot believe that the audience and the reaction to Finland has been better than Sweden. I thought personally, I thought that Sweden would have a massive reaction in the crowd, on Twitter, on Instagram, social media, everywhere. I thought the whole thing would be about Sweden and Loreen, that she's back. But it's all about, I'm hearing so much about Finland that it's mad, it's crazy. It's party. I'm very excited to see what the final result is going to be like, because it's. I thought this show was like a one-horse race before I left for Liverpool, but since I've got here, it's a bit more open. I've got Mary saying, "Do you think the host done well? I heard that the world is allowed to vote. Is that what you're saying? So the rest of the world vote. So yeah, the rest of the world was allowed to vote for the very first time yesterday. So people from like America and stuff like that were allowed to vote for the very, 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 very first time. I don't think this impacts the vote that much, because it only carries the weight of one country. So say like if an extra country got added, say like Luxembourg got added next year, that's just another 10, 12, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 points. So it's just like it's the weight of one country. So I don't think it affects the overall result like much at all. When people were going crazy about, oh, we shouldn't be doing that, we shouldn't be letting, say, people from like China and Japan and bloody what's his name, Canada and New Zealand folk, because they know nothing about Eurovision. I'm like, well, they do, and it's fair. People that watch Eurovision in their countries, they should be allowed to vote, and it's only the weight of one country. It's not like it's absolutely like detrimental to the vote. So I am interested to see though how it did affect the vote, how the rest of the world vote did go. I'm almost sure they probably would have went for Finland, but I could be wrong. I could be very wrong. Also, Mary, you mentioned something about the hosts. I was expecting this show last night to be better than 2016. Petra and Mons, that contest in Stockholm was the best I've ever seen. It's just known as that. It was the best contest, best production. SVT done just the most amazing job, and people were comparing last night to that. I think it was. Personally, I thought it was better. The BBC have done just so well with the hosts, with the production, with the postcards were awesome. The postcards were absolutely amazing. I was just so excited to see what people thought of the show, because I'd obviously seen it in the evening show and I've seen it on the dress rehearsals. And it's just, I was so excited to see what people thought. I was FaceTiming like my family and stuff to see what they were thinking of it. And it's just, I was so proud of the BBC because everyone seemed to really enjoy it. There was not a bad thing to be said about the show overall. Like the performances were good, the interval acts, I mean, Rita Ora, oh my God. So will there be a World Eurovision Song Contest for everyone? Probably not, but there is going to be, what's its name? Asia Vision? Is it the Eurovision in Asia? Is that coming? I think they announced that like, it must have been a year ago now. I think they're trying to work on that. That's kind of like that. That's got their own little contest. And America tried it, didn't work, but they tried it. I think something like that might happen, like where different continents and different territories get their own kind of song contest. But I don't know if we're going to get a World Eurovision. We might get more EBU members and more people wanting to join Eurovision. So New Zealand might want to join, because if Australia's in it, New Zealand might want to join. Like, but there's people in Europe, countries in Europe that don't have an EBU status that might get one as well. So you never know. But yeah, I think I'm going to sign off from this in a few minutes. I've got to get ready because I'm going to semi-final 2, the evening show tonight. I've got a standing ticket. I'm very, very excited to see this. I was planning on watching the dress rehearsal today because I'm online accredited, but I couldn't because I was away at Sam Ryder. Did I mention that at the start of the stream? I literally have just gotten back from Sam Ryder. I just saw him at the Cavern Club, and oh my god, it was the best show. I mean, he's such a good singer, and he interacted with the whole audience. It was just, and even just being in the Cavern Club, it's just an amazing experience. I couldn't come to Liverpool and not do that. It was an absolute amazing, amazing, amazing experience. So we've got some questions coming in. Hello. Yep, 1 sec. I'm just trying to get them up. I feel so sad that America. Yeah. I watched the American Song Contest. It was. I mean, I think they tried to make it too American. That's the main thing. I think if it was more like Eurovision, it's like the way they done the voting was like Eurovision. It was that bit was good. The voting was exactly what I expected in American Song Contest, but it just was a bit Americanized. Like the postcards went on too long. They featured the artists a wee bit too much. In the performances, obviously there was way too many people on stage. It just, the rules didn't seem Eurovision. It felt like X Factor more than Eurovision. That's all I'll say. Hello, you're from Scotland as well. That's another one. I've seen so many Scottish people here. I've actually probably met more Scottish people than Liverpool people. Like Liverpoolians. Yeah, I've met so many Scottish people. I was at that Sam Ryder gig and I was standing next to 2 people from Glasgow. I mean, it's like, I was going to say it's a small world, but a lot of people have travelled down to Liverpool from Glasgow. And it's mad. Like, I can't believe I've met so many people from Glasgow. Someone saying odds on Israel beating Finland in the final. Right, this is interesting. Actually, this is a really good question. Finland just has a better chance overall. I think Israel is probably a dark horse more than anything. Finland is a huge favourite, obviously. I think Finland has a better chance than Israel. I think. I know. Yeah. But Israel could sneak through that. I think Israel could be top 5. That's all I'll say. Israel's a definite candidate for the top 5. So is the UK. So is France, probably. So is, who else? Sweden, obviously. Who else is like a contender for the top 5? Austria, Norway. These are countries that could really, it depends on what the juries are really feeling and what the people at home are voting for. We don't know what the outcome was from the semi-final last night. We don't know what it's going to be until Monday, or Sunday, I don't know. But yeah, I am very, very excited for tomorrow's semi-final. I'm going to do this on the Friday morning. I've got loads of time on Friday and Saturday, so I'm going to be making some really good content on the days because I've not been making a hell of a lot of content because I've just been so busy with going to shows and going out and having so much fun. But it's been a great week. But yeah, thank you so much for joining if you have, and I will see you in the next live stream or video on the channel. Remember to subscribe and like. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.